Hey guys, what's going on? Back here for another game review, and I cannot begin to tell you all just how excited I am to talk about this one. From the title screen, I'm here to talk about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, the 16th installment of the series, and also, fun fact, my first Ratchet and Clank game. Yep, you heard that right. Rift Apart is my first game of the series, and man, I can't believe I've been missing out. I was more of a Jak and Daxter person growing up, but after playing this, I need to go back and play the previous games. So what did I think of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart? This is a game that I loved. I loved every moment of this game from beginning to end. By the way, before I continue, the footage that you're seeing is within the first 2 hours of the game, and it's spoiler free, so do not worry. Getting into the plot, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is a follow-up to Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus. The game starts off as Ratchet and Clank are being celebrated for their previous heroics and are thrown a parade. However, during their parade, Dr. Nefarious interrupts and takes the Dimensionator, a device that Clank had repaired for Ratchet for a specific reason. Ratchet shoots the Dimensionator, and because of this, multiple dimensions are opened up. Ultimately, however, they end up in a dimension where Nefarious has won over our heroes. Ratchet and Clank end up separated, and they meet 2 new characters, Rivet and Kit. What I described are the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game, and I don't want to say any further than that and risk of spoiling an amazing game for you all. Starting off with everything that I liked. Can I just start off by talking about how gorgeous this game looks? Because my god, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is probably one of the most gorgeous and one of the most vibrant looking games I have seen in a long time, possibly ever. From the art direction, the detail in the animation, the ray tracing, the color palette, the animation and colors look so beautiful, it honestly felt like I was playing a game that Insomniac had made with Pixar. And yeah, I'm going that high with my praises. There were many times throughout the game where my jaw dropped simply because of how stunning it looked. Wanted to mention really quick that the gameplay you're seeing is, well, obviously it's captured on a PS5, but it's set on performance ray tracing mode. There are 2 other modes. One is fidelity, where you're seeing the game pretty much on the highest settings possible, and man, let me tell you, it is a sight to behold. And then there's a mode where I believe it's at 1080p 60 frames per second. I could spend ages, and I mean ages, talking about how beautiful the game looks. I personally feel that just seeing it doesn't do it justice. It's something that you have to see while playing it for yourself. Also, there are different worlds that both Ratchet and Rivet travel to. One particular thing I loved is not only how distinct they are from one another, but the scale of each planet. One planet may have a specific color palette to it, while another planet may have a separate identity altogether. And the planets themselves are essentially small open areas that you can explore at your leisure. Going on to something I loved, the story. Like I mentioned earlier, I haven't beaten the previous Ratchet and Clank games. I will admit, I have played the 2016 game, haven't beaten it though, but otherwise, I'm a complete novice when it comes to the franchise. I was kinda worried that since I hadn't played the other titles that I'd be lost. I'm happy to say that that wasn't the case whatsoever. Whether you're a veteran of the franchise or a newcomer like me, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart can be enjoyed by any party. Now sure, I do feel that if you've played the previous games, you'll probably get a lot more out of it when it comes to the references and the Easter eggs, but still, nonetheless, whether you've played the games or not, you'll still be able to enjoy it. Another thing I loved about the story were the character moments. Even though I haven't played the previous games, I really grew to love these characters. I loved the chemistry between the titular characters, I loved Rivet, Kit, and all the supporting characters. Dr. Nefarious was such a riot to listen to as well, and there are some amazing parts of the story where my jaw straight up dropped, and I may have teared up at a moment, and by the end, I was clapping, man. The voice acting for all the characters as well was terrific. Getting into the gameplay, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart's gameplay can be summed up in a few words. It's fun, creative, challenging, but most of all, it's joyful. And that describes not just this game, but how Insomniac creates their games, I feel like, as well. In Rift Apart, you come across so many weapons, and man, oh man, the The weapons are so much fun to use. Some in particular honestly put a big smile on my face. I won't lie though, there are a few weapons I did like using more than others, but all the weapons that they offer to use are such a blast. You can also level up weapons to make them even stronger than beforehand. For example, there's a pistol that can go from firing 1 bullet at once to firing 3 at once. There's also a shield gun that once you level that up, you can not only absorb projectiles, but you can take them back at certain enemies. And let me tell you all, those are just a couple of the weapons within this game, but there's one, it is so overpowered, but it's so much fun to use. Also gameplay-wise, the SSD. So the PS5 was being talked about highly due to the SSD technology amongst other reasons. And yeah, there's a reason. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is so far the best showcase of the SSD technology. When I'd come back to the game would load up in less than a second. Honestly, maybe not even a second. The load times are non-existent in this game. And by the way, when you're going between different dimensions, there is no load times. It's so seamless that countless times I said out loud, whoa. I had so much fun with this game and the gameplay that I couldn't put it down until I got the Platinum Trophy, and I'm still playing it after. Adding on to the gameplay, the Dualsense controller. At the moment, there are a couple of games on the PS5 that are taking full advantage of the Dualsense controller. Astro's Playroom, Returnal, which by the way, look out for a review of that very soon, and now Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This game goes all in with the DualSense controller. From firing weapons to where you get a low resistance when pulling the trigger on your R2, to using melee attacks where you actually feel when Ratchet hits an enemy. Also, even more so, and this will blow your mind guys, to even footsteps. For example, if you take a left footstep, you feel a low vibration on the left side of the controller. If you take a right footstep, right side of the controller, you get the point. Even as far as the point when you're loading up weapons, you feel a slight vibration in the controller as if the gun is getting ready to load up just for you to use. The features of the DualSense controller on this game are absolutely insane. Insomniac. This was absolutely incredible and well freaking done for that. Another thing that I have to praise is the game's music. The score of the game is simply incredible. The music is honestly on the level of music of scores of some of the better MCU films. And by the way, it makes sense because the composer of the game, Mark Mothersbaugh, to which I am so sorry for this butchered name. By the way, the composer has done Thor Ragnarok, one of the best films of the MCU, at least in my eyes. It has a mix of synthesizer and orchestra, and holy crap, there were times where the music legitimately gave me chills. The guns not only sounded incredible as well, but just hearing them loading up gave it so much more satisfaction. One more thing that I have to mention, well, it's two things and combining into one for this thing: the length and the replay value. In terms of length, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart took me about 30 hours to complete, 35 hours if you want to go back to getting the Platinum Trophy. Although currently, I am at a 97% completion rate, and I want to go back just to get everything, even if there's no more trophies to collect. For the length itself as well, you can complete the game much sooner if you don't look for the collectibles and if you just want to rush the story. But trust me when I say this, this is a game that you will not want to rush. This is a game that I can easily see myself going back into, especially since there's a new game plus called Challenge Mode where you go into a higher difficulty. Best thing is you can take everything you've unlocked for the weapons and most collectibles onto your new save. Now, if I were to say anything, and I mean anything negative about this game, and this is really reaching, the controls for Flying Trudy were just okay, but that didn't really bother me so much. Otherwise, I have nothing bad to say about this game. So overall, I absolutely loved Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart from beginning to end. I can't tell you all the last time I smiled so much when playing a game. From the story, the characters, the beautiful graphics, the fun and creative gameplay to the music, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is a phenomenal game, and it's an excellent showcase for the PS5 itself. I know how difficult it is to get a PS5, but if you can somehow find your hands on one, buy this game immediately. All in all, I'm going to give Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart a 10 out of 10. I had such a joyous experience with this game. I was laughing, and by the end, I wanted to go right back in. If you do have a PS5, buy this game right now. So comment down below and let me know, out of all the Ratchet and Clank games that you have played, which one is your favorite? let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat, so if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames are in the description below. That's gonna wrap it up for my review of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for whenever the latest video of mine goes live. If you all want to see it in my previous 2 reviews, please click at the left or right side of the screen. And of course, until my next review or video, I will see you all next time.